Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to explore a concept that has quite literally shaken the foundation of most modern philosophy, Nietzsche's will to power. Before I begin, I'm going to urge all new listeners to try their best to be as sentient as possible and just try and keep an open mind. What you're about to hear most likely is going to be in direct contradiction to your current paradigm, to what you've been told to believe since birth, but I think I should go ahead and begin here. The will to power is a lot more than just a theory. I'd like you to view it as a lens that once looked into, you may begin to understand the chains that you've never noticed being placed upon you until now, like a yoke of slavery almost. This isn't a motivational pep talk, it's a serious discussion on power, purpose, and the psychological warfare of conformity. If you've ever felt hollow despite doing the right thing, this video is for you. The idea of the will to power is often misunderstood. It's not simply about brute dominance and aggression or political conquest. It is in its essence the fundamental driving force for life itself. Every living being strives not merely to survive, but to expand, to assert, and to transform its environment in alignment with their true nature. The will to power is not just the desire to have influence, but the impulse to become more than what one is. It's creativity, ambition, rebellion, invention. It's the unspoken hunger being behind every human act of meaning. Despite this, most have trained you to fear this drive, and however, for most, they've been trained by society to fear this drive, and today I wish to ask the question, why? From the moment you were conceived, most were handed a script, written not by you, but by others. Teachers, parents, institutions, all of them operating under the illusion of knowing what's best for you. Usually, you're not incentivized to question this, given seniority, or just because of the ramifications, the fear of consequence from the power they hold over you. Despite this, I have always wondered, how could they possibly know, since no one has lived your inner life and have never witnessed your quiet moments or suffering, your obsessive fascinations, or what you truly long for. No one can ever replicate the mirror of your mind or understand the gravity of emotion. They haven't, yet they instruct with authority, believing themselves righteous when in reality they're merely projecting the limitations passed down to them. You're told to go to school, told to obey, told to work hard, told that your discomfort means you're growing, told that your passions are distractions, told that resistance is immaturity. Over time, your own voice, the one you were born with, is drowned out, and what's left is a hollow echo of other people's expectations. To deviate from the script placed before you is labeled as selfish, dangerous, or even immoral, but I urge you to understand these are not objective judgments, they're weapons, tools used by those in powers to keep you in line. The tragedy is that most people spend their entire lives chasing careers, relationships, and achievements they don't even want, sought out just to appease the faceless idea of what's good. The right path is often nothing more than a safe one, and safety is a poor substitute for meaning, I find. What you feel as depression, anxiety, or numbness is often the soul's revolt against an imposed identity. It's not a dysfunction, it's evidence that something within you still wants to live on in its own terms. To reclaim your will requires pain, usually. Real pain. It will differ from all, but for the most part, because you must let go of the illusion that everyone will understand you, that they will approve, they won't. And that's the price of authenticity. The life most worthwhile to you may require abandoning traditions, insulting expectations, or appearing morally ambiguous. You must become willing to be the villain in someone else's story, so long as you are the author of your own. It's not nihilism, it's, at face value, responsibility. The only morality that should concern you is the one that emerges from your honest, fully conscious intent, in my opinion. At its core, this is the pursuit of self-excellence, not excellence defined by a GPA, salary, or public recognition, but excellence as defined by you. And here's where I'll offer my own interpretation of what it means. Personally, it's the alignment of your external reality with your internal will, achieved through the continuous and conscious refinement of your power. It means knowing what you want, not what you've been told to want, and acquiring the strength, discipline, and clarity to go after it without hesitation or apology. It's not about morality. It's not even about success as others define it. It's about becoming an honest reflection of your inner potential, regardless of the cost. Once you define what self-excellence means to you, the next step is simple: to obtain the power required to make it real. Whether that's financial, intellectual, social, or even physical prowess, it must be pursued without shame or hesitation. This is where most people shy away. They hesitate, trapped by their own inner ethics that they were not born from with their own mind. But understand that every system of control depends on your obedience to inherited values. To free yourself, you must ask, whose values is it that I am living by? Are they mine, or were they given to me by those who benefit from my compliance? When you begin to think this way, you're no longer prey. You become conscious. You become dangerous. Not because you wish harm, but because you no longer can be manipulated. Finally, I want to give a word to those who may oppose you. You will encounter people who live with full conviction, who seek their power with an intensity that rivals your own. Their existence kind of, in a way, affirms your existence as well. You both possess opposite polarities, but I urge that even if their aims contradict yours, they deserve respect, because they are awake. And those who are awake, even in opposition, are far more valuable to the world than those who sleepwalk through life, patrolling moral slogans that they never bother to question. You may not share the same goals, but you share the same spirit, and I find that very fond and rare today. So I urge that you ask yourself, what is it you truly want? Not what you should want, but what do you burn for? Define your self-excellence, seek the power to make it real, and be ruthless in your pursuit. Not out of cruelty, but because there is one and only life. Thank you for watching.